So the people at UGEE sent me one of their tablets to review. The model in question is the Drawing Pad UT3, a tablet designed with artists in mind, so I was very excited to check it. A little disclaimer before we start. I'm an illustrator and not much of a tech reviewer, so my thoughts will reflect how it feels according to my specific needs. Also, as I mentioned, I received the tablet for free, but they asked me to give my fully honest opinion, and I'll be listing all the pros and cons. So without further ado, let's begin! First things first, I'm recording this first impression unboxing. In some days I'll record a proper review, but this first segment is just me opening the tablet and giving you my initial thoughts. This thing is much bigger than I expected. Yes, before sending me the tablet, they gave me a link with information about it, and that it was 14.25 inches. But I'm European. I don't understand inches, so I didn't fully realize how big it was until I opened it. For my fellow centimeter users, it's around 36 cm according to Google. The first thing I unpacked wasn't the tablet, but the case. It has a support for you to place more vertically. I like it, it feels pretty sturdy. It came with a charger, a drawing glove, which is nice because mine is so old it was starting to fall apart, the instructions, the warranty, and the pen. Okay, so I'm gonna start with an initial nitpick. Even though I like the case, I wish it came with some sort of attachment for the pen, since I tend to lose them. Either some magnetic attachment like the one my previous case had, or simply some rubber band. I think I can DIY it myself, but yeah. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but hopefully future case models could implement something similar. I'm actually surprised at how much I like the texture of the screen. I do have a much smaller Android tablet, but I barely use it to draw because the crystal feeling of the screen is kind of annoying. This one feels way more like graphic tablets, with a more matte screen, and I'm so excited to have a tablet that I can carry to places or use in bed when I'm feeling lazy. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned that this is a full Android tablet. You don't need to connect it to a computer, it works like any other Android tablet in the market. But the screen feels less glossy and more matte, so it feels nicer to draw in it. For a first impression, this is great. I genuinely like it, even if I gotta get used to the controls. So in some days I'll be back with the speed pen and my fleshed out opinions.
Several days later.
Okay, so it's been some days of testing and I'm back to report. First things first. Do I like the tablet? Yes. Am I planning to replace my old tablet with this one? Also yes. Have I experienced any problems working with it? Unfortunately, yes. I did a self-portrait illustration to test the tablet, so I'll be playing a speed pen in the background. Anyways, I like making lists, so I made a good old reliable pros and cons list with the things I liked and the things I didn't. I feel it's obvious, but this is just according to my own needs as an illustrator, and most of these pros and cons vary drastically depending on what you're looking for in a tablet. For me, as an artist, a big screen is absolutely a plus, but if you're searching for something light and easy to transport, you're definitely not going to agree. But let's begin with the pros. Number 1. The size. As I've just said, this is huge. It's like sketching on an A4 notebook. As I mentioned in the initial thoughts, it's 14.3 inches, making it one of the biggest tablets on the market. I didn't really like working with programs like Clip Studio on my old tablet, since they have a very bulky interface and eat up a lot of space on the screen, making it feel too cramped. That is not a problem here because, as I mentioned 11 times so far, this thing is massive. You could say a downside is that it might be a bit heavy to carry, but to be honest, that's just expected. Number 2. The texture. It just feels nice, mainly for drawing, but also when you use it as a screen. The matte screen makes it so your hand doesn't feel as sticky when you use it. My first impressions haven't changed at all. I really enjoy sketching on it. I think I still prefer working on final illustrations on my desktop computer, but I really like being able to continue working in bed or carrying it out with me. And I think it excels in this aspect. Number 3. The battery. Using drawing apps on tablets tend to run the battery dry too fast, but so far it has never run out in the middle of a drawing. Obviously it's still gonna run faster if you are painting than if you're watching a movie, but it didn't interrupt my working sessions whatsoever, and for someone that plans to carry to school or to work while I'm still in artist alleys, this is so important. And now for the cons. Number 1. The screen is not perfect. I didn't really notice much on use until I tried making some longer, slow lines. Then you can definitely see how it gets a bit wobbly. It's not that perceivable, but if you're the type of artist that works with very slow methodic line art, it can definitely be annoying. Number 2. Problems with some gesture shortcuts. It really bothers me that the 3-finger touch option seems to be deactivated and you can turn it on. It does have a screenshot option you activate by sweeping down with 3 fingers, but even if I deactivate that option, it's not working. At first I thought it was a software problem and tried changing the drawing app I was using, but no, it's a gesture problem from the tablet itself, which I don't even understand why it exists in the first place. For the people unfamiliar, a 2-finger tap in most drawing apps is a shortcut for undo, while 3-finger is redo. The undo works fine, but it's kind of annoying having to click on the redo button if you accidentally undo more than you wanted, and I really hope they fix this in an update. Number 3. The pen. I'm not the biggest fan. It's a bit too thin, which, fine, I get it, it's just not my preference. However, I don't like the buttons at all. I ended up deactivating all the button controls because they're kinda annoying to use. Not only the placement is uncomfortable, I tend to hit it by accident since the pen is so thin. The fact that there are technically 2 buttons, up and down, but the outside is a single button, makes it even more likely that you press the wrong area by accident. No complaint with the battery though, I haven't had to charge it the whole time I was using it. Okay, so now we're done with the pros and cons, so let's do some overall performance talk. It's fine. The pen has 4096 levels of pressure, which is not a lot but not too terrible. The resolution is good, especially for drawing, but the matte texture might make certain colors look a bit weird sometimes. Nothing I noticed unless I was actively paying attention, but worth pointing out. The audio sounds good and the camera is also fine. Finally, I wanted to talk about the price. At the moment I'm making this video, it's on sale for $339 from an original price of $499. Comparing it to any other similar tablet on the market, it's extremely cheap, especially for what it offers. They also gave me a promotional code to offer you a 10% discount. It's not an affiliate link, I'm not getting anything from this. Just gonna leave it down there in case any of you is interested. Some final thoughts. The cons are absolutely worth considering, and I stand by all my criticisms. But it's an excellent cheaper alternative to the most expensive models on the market. I could recommend it to you only if you're an artist or someone that is constantly taking notes. If you value a big screen over anything else, and if you're looking for options on the cheaper side, I think for what it offers, it's very good. So thank you very much to the people at UGEE for sending me their UT3 drawing pad, and thank you for watching! Oh god, now that I can work from bed, I'm never gonna get up.